Imagine a world where punishment wasn't just about justice, but about suffering. From brutal execution to cruel torture devices, human history is filled with shocking punishment designed to inflict maximum pain. Today we uncover history's six most horrifying methods of pain and punishment that we giving to the human for their mistakes. Spanish donkey. This punishment was also called the wooden horse and was used in Spain. It involved a wooden device with sharp spikes attached to it. A person was made to sit on this wooden structure as if they were riding a donkey or horse. Then extremely heavy weights were tied to their feet, causing the spike to gradually pierce their body. This slow and painful process eventually led to death. The Spanish donkey is considered one of the most agonizing punishments in the human history. Head crusher. Friends, this was a torture device that was used in Spain about 100 years ago. It consisted of an iron frame and the victim was seated on a stool chair with their head placed inside this frame. The frame was then positioned over the person's head and a screw connected to it was turned. As the screw was tightened, the frame exerted increasing pressure on the person's skull, gradually crushing it. The first thing to break would be the victim's teeth, followed by their eyes being forced out. This agonizing punishment could last for hours and ultimately the person's brain would be expelled from their shattered skull. The knee splitter. This punishment was used about 900 years ago and involved a wooden device with sharp iron spike on both sides. The victim's legs were placed between the device and then extreme pressure was applied, causing the spike to bore deep into the leg. The force was often so intense that sometimes the person's leg would be completely severed. This device was known as the knee splitter, and you can still find it displayed in various museums today. Immurement. There were several forms of this punishment, essentially imprisoning a person in confined space until their eventual death. One method involved entombing a person within a wall, leaving only a small hole for breathing without food or water. The victim would slowly perish. Similarly, individuals will lock inside wooden boxes with only a tiny opening, or in some cases, they were buried alive. This form of punishment is referred to as immurement and is considered one of the most painful methods in history. Torture table. This was an extremely agonizing punishment where a person was tied to a table and subjected to terrible procedures similar to surgery, except they were fully conscious. A person standing nearby would wield various instruments including knives, axes and other torture devices and use them on the victim. This slow and deliberate form of torture would ultimately lead to death. Even today, you can find these torture tables displayed in museums around the world and perhaps shockingly such methods might still be practiced in some places. And finally guys, in the end we talk about execution by animal. Throughout the human history, animals have often been used as a means of punishment. One brutal method involved tying a person's hand and legs to horses. As the horses attempt to run, the victim was caught in between. The horse would exert immense force and after a short time, the person's limb would begin to tear away from their body. During the ancient Roman Empire, it was a common practice to throw criminals into arenas to face wild animals such as lion and crocodile. Additionally, some were thrown into pits filled with venomous snakes. Human history is filled with thousands of such torturous methods, reminding us of the brutality of past ages. For more fascinating videos, subscribe to Curious Tuber where I bring more interesting content for you. Finally, thanks for watching.